Hey guys, it's Caleb from Rokblokz. Today in the shop we're working on this 2024 Mustang. It is the S650 chassis and we've got a new set of mud flaps and splash guards for you. So let's go ahead and show you how to install them. Here we have the tools laid out that you'll need for install. You'll need a Phillips head 3. You'll need a 9/32 socket with a ratchet. You'll need a pry tool or an insert puller. We're just going to be using this today. And optionally for the mud flaps, you can use the level to check level along the bottom edge. That's not necessarily needed for the splash guard install, only the mud flaps. Here we have the front laid out. What you'll get in your kit is your splash guard or mud flap for that corner, and then the hardware. We'll go ahead and put a breakdown of that hardware on the screen right now. Before we head to the vehicle, we're going to go ahead and assemble our splash guard. I'm just going to set that to the side. To do so, we're going to take our clip, we're going to flip it over and put the little nub inside the circle hole, aligning the tail with the slot right here. Then we're going to take our shorter 3/4 inch countersink screw. We're going to get that started into our insert. Just slightly get it started so it holds itself in place. Now we're going to take our ratchet with our Phillips head. Get that going, and then we're going to start this by hand. And you're going to really want to grip onto this, or you can take a 19mm wrench or a monkey wrench and hold on to this side with it. It can be a bit difficult to start at first, but once you get it there, you just want to get it slightly snugged up and make sure that the tail stays aligned with that slot right there. And now that is ready for install. Let's head over to the vehicle and we'll show you how to install it. Here we are at the front fender. We're going to begin by removing the factory inserts right here, and up here. To do so, we're just going to take our pry tool and you'll just get in between the center plunger of the insert and the insert itself. Then you'll have to kind of pop them out. We already pre-loosened ours. They can be a bit of a pain. You can use a flathead, one of these plastic interior trim tools. They are easy, they're great, they make it simple, and they can kind of squeeze right in underneath the head of those. Now that we've got all those OEM inserts removed, we're going to take our large inserts, we're going to press them into the lower 2 holes right here. Just clicking those into those holes. With those in place, we can now grab our flap and begin mounting. To do so, we're going to take our flap, make sure that the logo is facing the rear of the vehicle. Then we're going to place it so that the bottom is angled in, and then we're going to push right where our fender clip is, pushing that back, holding it against the fender, and then pulling it to hook over the lip of the fender right there. Now we're going to lift the liner away up at this top hole and tuck the upper mount point on the flap behind the liner like so, aligning it till the notch matches right here with the body line. With that in place, we're going to grab our 1/4 inch insert, and we're just going to go ahead and make sure all of our holes are perfectly aligned. We're going to push the base of the insert in all the way, and then we'll be able to push the plunger in. Now we're going to take our 1-inch countersink screws, and we're going to screw into our large inserts at the bottom here. I stopped just before fully tightening those. This would be when you would like to adjust it. You can kind of get it into maybe a little bit different position. There's just a little wiggle room there. Once you are happy with how it's sitting, you can go ahead and we'll just fully lock the bottom 2 screws down. And with that top insert, you just want to make sure that that's all the way pushed in and fully set. And that's how you complete the front install. You can repeat these same steps on the other side. Now let's go ahead and jump to the rear. Here we have the rear laid out. What you'll get in your kit is your splash guard or mud flap for that corner. Then you'll also get the hardware. We'll go ahead and put a breakdown of that on the screen right now. Before heading to the vehicle, you'll want to take your small metal clips and place them on your brackets like so. And as you can see, the tail of the clip kicks in towards the inside. And once those are all set up, you're ready to head to the vehicle and begin installing. Here we are at the rear of the vehicle. We're going to begin by removing the insert here and the 2 screws inside the wheel well. We've got our rear wheel off just so that way you can see in a little easier. You don't necessarily have to remove it, but it will definitely make the install a lot easier. So to begin, we're going to pull this with our insert puller just by getting underneath it, pulling it out. If you're having troubles with your flathead or your insert puller, you can go ahead and a pair of side cutters, cut the head off. That'll make getting that one out much easier. Now we're going to take our 9/32 socket and undo the 2 screws in the fender's edge. We're going to reuse these OEM screws. Now that we've got our screws removed, we're going to pick up our brackets. We're going to mount them so that they jog out and down like so. And then we're just going to go ahead and screw those back into the original holes. Getting those set up like so. Go. Just have that come straight down and just be like so. We're going to do the same with the upper bracket. It's going to step out and down. Snug those down, and then finally we're going to take it and fold the liner up just a bit. We're going to take our long metal clip and slide that over our bottom mounting hole here. If you need to, take a flathead and kind of pry that clip open. Will make it easier to install. Now that we've got all our mounting hardware in place, we're going to grab our flap and begin mounting. We're going to start with our longest screw, and that's going to go through the bottom hole on our flap. And on the inside of that, we're going to take a washer and our 5mm spacer, and that's going to screw into that bottom mount hole right here. Next, we're going to take one of our 1-inch screws with washer or with dress washer, and then we're going to place an 1.25-inch washer on the inside. Get that started by hand, and we're just going to repeat that same step for the upper hole. Right here, putting our washer on the inside, screwing into our bracket. I'm just going to go ahead and get that slightly tightened up and just kind of adjust it to our liking, making sure that our notch pokes out just a little bit up top. Once we get it where we like it, we'll fully tighten it down. If you have the mud flap version, you can check along the bottom edge with a level, making sure that it's level, or I like to have just a little negative camber so that the top is tipped in just a bit. And now with those fully tightened down, that's how you complete the rear. You can repeat these same steps on the other side. Thanks for watching.